boy, I'm about to put my potential failures online for the rest of the world to see.
I find that in life, we are more successful when we have a buddy, a partner, somebody to motivate us, to hold us accountable, and to maybe compete with just a little bit. I think all of those elements perfectly blended is just what we need for success. So what's better than starting a project pan with a partner? Today's video is a collab, and we're going to be talking about 21 products that we are choosing to try to complete or whatever our goal is for the year 2021. If you're interested to hear which products I selected and who is going to be my project pan buddy for 2021, then please keep on watching. Hi guys. Oh, this is such an exciting video because it is a project pan which I have been looking forward to for quite a few weeks now, and it's also a collab. I have already collabed with Corinne from Rinney Rainey, and she reached out to me and asked if I would like to do this project pan with her and do these videos as a collab and track our progress together. If you're not familiar with Corinne and her channel, then please pause this video, go down in the description bar, click on her channel or her video, go subscribe, and then come back because I know you will absolutely love her. Corinne is such a laid back gal, so kind, so easygoing, so genuine. You can see it oozing through your computer screen or your television or however you choose to watch YouTube, your phone, whatever. She's just great. She does 3 videos a week. She's consistent.
Unlike some people, we won't mention any names.
She does fantastic TJ Maxx finds videos every single Sunday. So every single week she takes you guys to her local TJ Maxx and Marshall stores and tells you what she has found there for that week. In fact, our very first collab was actually a top 5, bottom 5 of things we have found at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because if you guys are new to our channel,
welcome. My name is Natalia. I'm on a LowBuy and I am a TJ Maxx and Marshalls addict. Please subscribe.
Maybe I should make that my new 2021 intro. You guys think? In all seriousness though, I know you guys will love her channel, and I'm just so thrilled that she and I have found each other here on YouTube, that we are getting to know each other and becoming friends and getting to collab again.
Oh, guess what? What do you know? A siren. That's never happened before on my channel. Ever.
A fellow frizzy hair gal. I feel like a lion today. I don't know what is happening on my head. I believe she's also a Northeasterner, but she lives down in Florida at the moment. She does a lot of favorites videos. She just went through all of her 2020 yearly favorites. She has tons of perfume and fantastic videos on that as well, for nail polish, which as a pianist, I can't really relate too much, but I know she's got great content on that topic as well. And aside from that, she's just a fantastic person. She's just so kind, so easygoing, so laid back. I love watching her videos as I get ready. She's just so relaxing, so casual, but in the best sense of the word. There's no big acts, no big put on personalities. You kind of feel like you're just chilling with a girlfriend, and what could be better? So please go tell Corinne I sent you and I said hi. And if you're coming from Corinne's channel, or if you're just stumbling upon my channel for the first time, then welcome. My name is Natalia. I am coming off of a year-long no-buy in 2020, and I am now on a low-buy budgeted journey for this year. I do a lot of conscientious and mindful content revolving around using up products that I already have. So this project pan that Corinne and I are collaborating on are right up my alley. This is exactly what I want to be doing, finding ways to motivate myself to use more of what I have, and this year sprinkling in some very thought through new items, both for my channel and primarily for me, because I definitely am a beauty and fashion junkie, and I still want to have that rush of getting something new every once in a while, as long as it is indeed something I know I'm going to use on a regular basis. If that content and more sounds good to you, then I hope you will consider subscribing and joining our frugal family. And without further ado, because I am known to be very long-winded, let's jump jump right into the 21 products that I have selected to try to reach some sort of a goal on in the year of 2021. All right, so this is going to be 21 in 21. In 2020, I did the Team Project Pan, which is a different type of project pan that was started by Kat and Haley of the Beauty News. And I'm kind of doing a bit of a hybrid. I'm still doing a little bit or a lot of it of Team Project Pan, but I have cut out a few categories that either I know I don't use on a regular basis or just nothing in my current stash spoke to me enough for me to want to use consistently. Because what I did learn in the year of 2020, because that was the first year I officially panned, is I definitely do reach for things that I enjoy more. And you know, it's a no-brainer, but sometimes we think, oh, I'm gonna put things that I want to get out of my collection into a project pan, and then of course it becomes a little bit more of a chore. And while that worked for me in some categories, like for example skincare and body care, it did not necessarily work for me in makeup. So I kind of tried to take some lessons from last year and apply them to this year.
Siren 2. Oh boy. Something's going on. Wow. There's a lot of sirens. It's kind of sad actually, because it's starting to remind me of like April. There have been a lot more sirens again in New York City. And I haven't been following the COVID news closely, but I know it ain't good. So I'm wondering if our numbers are also climbing up like the rest of the country.
So having said that, let's see how this year goes. I'm super excited that I have a Project Pan buddy this year. Corinne and I decided that we're probably going to be doing our updates quarterly, kind of like I tried to do last year, except last year I was perpetually late. And I'm hoping that this year I will be better since I will be doing it along with somebody else. I really am super thrilled that I'm not doing this completely on my own. It's good to now have somebody to sound off with and be able to report to or just egg each other on. I'm really hoping that this is going to inspire me and motivate me to do even better this year. I've written down all of my products so that I don't forget anything, and we're just gonna go in the order that I've written things down, which is approximately the order that I would apply things to my face. We're gonna start with primer. I selected something that is a very moisturizing and hydrating primer. I went with what to me is sort of like a hybrid product. It's the Touch and Soul Glassy Skin, and it's like a moisturizer primer hybrid. It's balmy moisturizer. I've already started using it. It is the primer I have on my face today, and it's just basically some extra hydration. We're in the winter months, so for this first quarter, I definitely wanted to select at least a few products that make sense in the current season. Then for foundation, I was considering rolling a bunch of things back in from my 2020 Project Pan, and there are a few items here that will return from last year. But I wanted to also give myself some variety, and I wanted to give some other products a chance to get used up in my collection, or at least get used a lot more so that I can see if it's something worthwhile for me to drain to the last drop, or if in 3 months I'm ready to just declutter something. So I went with this Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I have a lot of the products on my face today, including the foundation. I just wanted to give this a real chance, and I feel like even if I put it into a Shop My Stash this year, considering I'm also doing a Project Pan, somehow from 2020 I realized the Project Pan products I reach for more than my Shop My Stash products. At least those products that I'm not as excited about. And while I like foundations and I think they're a very important part of my makeup process, I don't get excited about foundation the way I do, let's say, about lipsticks or eyeshadows or even blushes and highlighters.
So, wow, another siren.
So I wanted to use something else consistently enough. Except for it being in my last Shop My Stash and me using it I think once or twice, I never really gave it a real chance. So I'm gonna do that here in this Project Pan. For concealer, I wanted to choose something that I thought I had a real chance of using up. And while you would think that just rolling my 2020 Project Pan concealers would have made sense because I already made a dent in those, I put 2 in because they were both not a great color match for me and I would have to mix them. And I just have a feeling with the amount of times I use makeup, even if I give this another year, I'm not gonna go through those 2 concealers conjunctively. So I wanted to choose one that I have a real chance of actually using up. While this is not a perfect color match for me, it's also a very thin concealer, so it could work for a lot of days, whether I want to do not a lot of coverage or if I want more more coverage, I can supplement this concealer with something else. This is a Marc Jacobs concealer. I couldn't quite figure out what the name of this was. I think it's called the Remedy Concealer Pen, and it is in 00 Stand Corrected. It's one of these clicky pens. It has this little spout thing, and when you click up, a product comes out of there. It's a very thin concealer, and it's interesting because it is in 00 Stand Corrected, and 00 kind of tells me that this must be the lightest shade they carried, and it's not really all that light considering that I am extremely fair, but I know people that are even fairer than I am. I don't know. I don't even know if this product exists, so I guess I shouldn't be giving Marc Jacobs a hard time for something that might not even be around anymore, but it just got me thinking. So many brands still need to do better when it comes to shade range, that when I pulled this out and looked at the shade name and then tried using it a few days ago, I was like, 00, like, are we gonna get into negative numbers at some point? Because it's almost like we need to. In any case, what I love about this, and another reason I chose it for Project Pan, is it has a little guide here in the back, and you can see how much I have left, right? So as I click this up, the little pump is gonna continue until I fully used it up. So I'm really excited about that because it's basically like doing the Project Pan track keeping for me.
Yay, less work for me.
Eye powder, I did decide to just continue using the ILIA because I just have so little left. I just recently did an update from my 2020 Project Pan, so my finale, and you guys can actually still see the marks from that. So that's about where I'm at, that bottom line right there, and I would like to use this up. As always, just like I did in 2020, I wanted to make sure I give myself some easy products, some like challenge but not ridiculously hard, and then some ambitious products, just so I have a little variety so that I don't get bored, so I don't get discouraged, and so that I feel good when I do start to use up things in that easy category, and that kind of propels me to keep going. So this is just a powder that's meant to be used however, but I use it mostly to set my under eyes, and then the regular powder I'm also going to go ahead and just roll right back in from my 2020 Project Pan, and that's the Physicians Formula Youth Wear. Powder is not something that excites me tremendously. I already have a dip going. I'm a dry skin gal, don't use a ton of powder. I don't want to be jumping around and trying to use up a whole bunch of powders. I kind of want to just stick mostly to this, maybe occasionally try something else during a Shop My Stash, but primarily I'm going to keep working through this, and the goal of course is to hit pan, and then we'll see when that happens throughout the year, and I'll decide after that whether I want to go ahead, continue, and use it up completely. For bronzer, I went with something that is the lightest bronzer I currently have in my makeup collection because we are in the winter months.
Not that I really ever get a true tan.
Because we are in the winter months, I wanted to use this right now. And this is the Cover FX bronzer in Sunkissed. This is extremely light, extremely light. I don't know if I swatch it right now, if you guys will be able to see it in this blown out lighting. Oh yeah, you can see it a bit. So there it is. I do have it on today, along so far with all the products I've mentioned. We're starting off with a practically new bronzer. I've used this maybe 3 to 5 times since I've gotten it in 2019, and I barely used it. I don't want to say that the goal is to use this up. I think the goal is first also to just hit pan on this, and then we will see. For blush, I am kind of certain at this point that I will never hit pan on a blush. If you guys know, in 2020, I chose a blush that was already quite used for my collection, and one that I really liked. It was a nude blush. It could go with everything. I thought, yay, maybe I'll actually use up a blush. I didn't even hit, like, there's no way. So what I'm doing a little differently this year is I decided to do a usage count. I am selecting an older blush that I love. It doesn't ever get talked about anymore. It used to be talked about a little on YouTube, but we're talking like 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's an Illamasqua blush. It looks like this, and it is in Naked Rose. I haven't used it a ton. It still has a lot of product. I mean, this is a large pan. This is a full-size blush. I don't expect to even probably make a dent in this. So what I am doing is I'm setting a goal of 50 uses. For me, that's probably how many times I wear makeup in a year, but we'll see, you know, if I start filming more or if 2021 looks up and we start going places more, maybe I will challenge myself to actually explore wearing makeup more often, and then maybe we'll hit that goal before the year finishes and I can roll something else into this project. But for now, I am going to be using this 50 times. I'm just going to keep a tally. So far, today is the second time that I am using it in this month, and we'll see how it goes. For highlighters, I actually chose two. I chose a mini of a cream highlighter, again, just for the winter months and just because this is such a baby sample size. This is the NARS Copacabana. I'm hoping that maybe I can either mix this in with foundations, wear it under foundations or over foundations, or whatever I decide. Actually, I just realized I didn't even put on highlighter today. How did I miss that? Let's do that right now. Wow, I think I was so distracted by the fact that I'm wearing blue eyeshadow for like the first time probably in my life. Inspired by Rupi Minhas here on YouTube. Link her channel if you guys are not familiar with Rupi, even though I feel like lots of people on my channel also know Rupi, at least I hope you guys do. But yeah, how did I miss out on highlighter? I like that. I think I only tried this once or twice in 2020, this NARS Copacabana. I should be able to use up a baby size like that, right? And there's still air in there, but you can tell it's probably about halfway. And then for the powder highlighter, and this might be ambitious because I've had this product for years and years, and there was a time when this was really exclusively the only highlighter I wore. And while I wore it down, it still has so much product, which tells me that almost no matter how much I use it, it's still gonna keep going strong. But I was just curious to see if I really commit to using this highlighter some more this year, can I do a little more damage? And that is this Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. Sorry, you guys can see the ring light because this is very, very shiny packaging. It says it's a matte radiance. It's not as blinding as some other highlighters for sure, but there's definitely nothing matte in my opinion about it. It is really beautiful highlighter. It is for sure in my top 3 in my collection, and we're starting where a side of it has the dome that is rubbing down. So you can probably see if I tilt it that this side still has most of the dome and this side does not. I guess it's the way I've been putting my brush in all this time. So I'll go ahead and put some on top of the NARS Copacabana and just kind of sweep it on loosely all over the cheeks just to add a little bit of that glow from within, just to add some glow. I have heard back in the day this compared to the, is it the Pure Nude, the Essence Pure Nude? So if you guys have that, maybe you then know how this performs, or at least get the ballpark. And if you have both, can you let me know down below if in fact they're dupes for each other? Because I've always been curious, but I just don't want to buy the Essence just for the sheer purpose of comparing these two. That just seems like a waste of a full-size highlighter when I already have so many. For mascara, I did a video on these two mascaras and I am keeping them in this project pan because mascaras do go bad. So I'm gonna just keep using them, and either in the first update or the second one, roll them out and try something else that I have. I'm going to go with my L'Oreal mascaras. I have the Voluminous Lash Paradise and the Voluminous Original. I did a comparison video on these two, and I can link that if you guys are curious and haven't seen that yet. I do have both of these mascaras on my eyes today. I did go ahead and mix the two. I've been enjoying them. I am liking this a little bit more now that it's been open for a month or so. So maybe this will turn into a much more of a favorite mascara. All right, eye products. Eye products, we all know for us eyeshadow junkies, are tough. So I went with something that I thought is actually doable. I don't want to say this is a cheat because this is my project pan, and any usage that I get out of my products is an A+ in my book. But this is not going to be a pan that palette situation. I tried that last year with my smallest and my most used palette, and I still did not meet all of my goals. I don't really want to be trying to pan a palette. I want to try new eyeshadows every once in a while. I want to continue to rotate through some in my collection because I still have eyeshadow palettes I've never even touched.
I know I'm admitting that out loud a year into having a YouTube channel, and yes, there are still eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I have yet to touch.
There's no way I'm going to be panning an eyeshadow palette. However, I think I can hit pan pan on an eyeshadow within a palette. And the palette that I went with is the Tartelette palette. It's a gorgeous palette. I keep wanting to use it more and I keep getting distracted by all the other palettes in my collection. So I decided that what I'm gonna do is use this as a palette that will always go in conjunction with everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this color right here because I can use this as a setting down shade. If an eyeshadow palette doesn't have it, I can reach for this. I just recently had that happen. I was doing my makeup with a palette that I was gifted for Christmas. It was the Lunar Beauty Moonsmell palette, and that one just doesn't have a setting shade for my skin tone. So I went ahead and reached into this and that works great. So I am going to try to hit pan on this shade right here, which is called Flower Child. I'm also hoping that that will inspire me once in a while to then just continue doing an entire eye look with this palette so that I can see if I want to continue panning other shadows in here later down the road, or if by then I will be okay letting this one go. We'll see. For eyeliner, I'm going to stick with something I rolled in the very last update of my 2020 project, and that is this Clinique, I think it's called Quick Liner. Yeah, Quick Liner for Eyes Intense. This is an Intense Ebony. This is one that does not roll back down, so I can't actually ever show you guys how much is in here. I'm just gonna keep using it, and when it's gone, you'll know. That's where we're at. Kind of a bonus product because it will make it 22 products and I really wanted to stick to 21, is I'm also going to just continue using my Marc Jacobs Undercover Eyeshadow Primer. I'm at this point kind of determined to finish what I started. I have other eyeshadow primers that I am itching to try and see how they work, but I spent a whole year using nothing but this. And I am still, I mean, there's like more and more air again in this for some reason, but I'm probably still only about halfway done. And to be honest, it's a little infuriating. I just want this thing done. For lip products, I selected 3 lip products, a liner, a lipstick, and a gloss. Not the best at panning lip products, so we'll see how I do. For lip liner, I decided to pull in a Jordana lip liner because I know I like the formula of these. This specific one is in Tawny. I will try to remember to mark this, but just so you guys see, we are starting out with quite a bit of product, and I just want to see how I do and whether I can go ahead and use up a lip liner this year. I have a feeling something like this, because it is still less product than the ones that you sharpen, will be a little easier to use up. I might be eating my own words at some point if I don't do well with this. We'll find out. For lipstick, I selected something that is a beloved lipstick of mine. It is getting old. It is from Bite Beauty. It is their Luminous Cream formula, which they haven't made in years. They went from doing Luminous Cream to then doing the Amuse Bouche to now going fully vegan. So they've gone through 3 transitions, and I still have my lipstick in Red Sienna. I don't have the heart to get rid of it. It still smells good. So while this is food grade and while it looks beat up, and you'd think it would have gone off by now, it's still kicking. And I decided that this is the year that I think I need to really give it as much love as I possibly can, see how much of this I can use up. I don't know if I'll be able to use all this up because guys, I've had this for years and I used to have many fewer lip products, and yet we still have probably a third of this lipstick left. It is one of my most used, so it just makes sense for many reasons to go ahead and go with this one. And for lip gloss, I also went with the Bite one. It's also a cream formula. It's also a gloss that they've long ago discontinued. I found this at TJ Maxx in 2019. This is the cream lip gloss in Opal. So this kind of changes the color of pretty much everything you wear underneath because it does have that holographic iridescence to it. I really enjoy it, and I picked it because I thought this could go with so many different things and could be a fun way to mix in with other lip colors. This was brand new at the start of 2020 when I went on my no-buy. I did pull this into a Shop My Stash sometime last year, and I did use it a few times. So I know it's not brand new, but it's probably around here. I'll see if there's some way of figuring it out more exactly and putting that when I'm editing. It is not a brand new product, but there's still quite a bit of product left in here. And I lied. I actually chose 4 lip products because one of them is a lip balm. This is a mini from Milk. I got this in a Sephora favorites set over a year hour ago, right before my no-buy started. I am starting out with a brand new product. I used this for the first time today. You know, I decided to take a chance and put in a new product that I'm not really familiar with. It's a small size, so I'm hoping I can get through a lip balm. I'm not really a lip balm person. I'm trying to get into it a little bit more this winter because my lips have been hella dry, but I am of that mindset that I feel like the more lip balm you wear, the more your lips ask for it. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. All right, and then the last makeup product before we get into some skincare is gonna be a makeup mist. This is from In Beauty Project. This was a product that I'm pretty sure came in a BoxyCharm or something to that effect. This is the Power Up Dual Face Setting Mist. It is one that separates. It has some oils and then the rest of the product, so you do have to shake it up. I did start using it at the very end of 2020. You guys can see I've already used up a little bit, so I am to here. It takes me a while to go through a mist.
It says it helps to set makeup, energize, and revive the skin, and filters away dull, tired, and stressed out complexion.
So that all sounds amazing to me. We'll see how I like it. All right, and then the final 4 products are skincare related. We're gonna start off with my embarrassing product because I seem to always have one in my project pans, or at least I did last year. If you guys remember, if you've been here, last year I selected a foot scrubby type thing as part of my project pan, and we're gonna continue on that trend. In fact, this is gonna be from the same line. Unfortunately, the brand has folded in 2020 and no longer exists, but I still have the products, so I'd like to still use them up. And these are going to be some Clarisonic products. So in the set, together with my Pedi Buff, like the actual device, I have this Pedi Boost, which is a foot renewing peel. It comes in a dropper and you actually apply this kind of liquid to your feet, and I guess it's supposed to do what acids do on your face. It's supposed to exfoliate your feet.
So it says here it's developed specifically for the Clarisonic Pedi system, and this peel combines lactic and glycolic acids to target rough, dry areas, revealing smooth, supple, sandal-ready feet.
I never have smooth, supple, sandal-ready feet, so I am all about giving this a try. You put this on, you wait about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you apply the Pedi Balm, which is the foot softening treatment, and this is basically like a lotion, you know, a foot lotion. So I am excited to give this a try because my feet right now in the winter, they are beyond I think any acid peel, but we'll see if these products can help me out even just a little bit. I'm not very good at that type of self-care, so that's why these products are in this project pan, because I'm hoping that they will give me that push and that reminder to go ahead and take care of, yes, my feet. Then we have a kind of like a cleanser situation. So this is from the brand Nip and Tuck.
No, Natalia, this is not from the brand Nip and Tuck. That is a TV show about plastic surgery. I guess sort of appropriate for a beauty channel, but what the heck is on my mind? I mean, yes, I'm going to be 40 later this year, so clearly I'm a little preoccupied. That was a bit of a slip, huh? Slip of the tongue there.
This is from the brand Nip and Fab. I used to really enjoy this brand. They were at my local CVS back in the day. I don't know what's their deal now. I haven't heard anybody talk about them in a really long time. Before, once in a while, you would hear YouTubers sprinkle some Nip and Fab in here and there. And I bought this product, I think at TJ Maxx, and I thought it was going to be something else. So I'm not always drawn to this specific product, and I need that push to go ahead and use these up. These are the Glycolic Fix foaming pads. These cleanse and exfoliate. They have other glycolic pads, like the kind that more resemble the ones from First Aid Beauty and from Peter Thomas Roth, and a lot of other brands do them. This one is totally different. It's like a thicker texture. It has 2 sides, one that's quite gritty, one that's more smoothing depending on how sensitive your skin is, and it does have the glycolic solution in there, but it also foams up a little bit as you are applying it. And for some reason I'm not as drawn to this as I used to be to their normal Glycolic Fix pads, but I have about half of the container left. You guys can see that probably, and I've just been sitting on this for way too long. I need to use these up and move on. Then I put in a moisturizer, and the reason for why I put in a moisturizer into this project pan is I'm actually right now using a different moisturizer. It's currently my both day and night moisturizer because I'm usually one who just picks one or two moisturizers, like a day and a night or an all-in-one, and I stick to it until it's gone, and then I pull another one from my backup stash.
Yes, I have still a ton of skincare that needs to be used even after a year-long LowBuy.
And that is exactly why I decided to pull in another moisturizer. I want the fact that I need to be working on 2 and still realizing that there's at least, I think, 3 more in my cabinet to deter me from buying new moisturizers, because I love moisturizers. I love trying new moisturizers. There were a couple from last year that I couldn't buy because of my no-buy that are still on my to try list, and I'm just worried that I'm going to start feeling the itch to buy more skincare, and I need some projects to keep me grounded. So that's what we're going with. This is brand new. I haven't even taken it out of the box. I haven't even taken the seal off. This is something I bought in 2019 at none other but TJ Maxx. You guys can still see the label. I bought it for $7. It is a Korean product. I've actually used up a different product, like a serum or something from this line, this Fruitia line. The company is Welkos, I think. This is the Blueberry Hydrating Cream. I guess I should bust into this with you guys just to see what this is like. I, as a pianist, have no nails, so all right, here we go. It's a pretty box. That's kind of cool. Ooh, look at that. That's really cool packaging. I'm really hoping this works because I got this for $7. I mean, just this bottle alone seems fancier than that. The only thing is, it says it's a hydrating cream and it looks like a very light gel cream, at least in the bottle. So I'm a little skeptical, but I shouldn't discriminate against gel creams. One that I've tried a few years back and that I really enjoyed was the Neutrogena one. There's like that really famous blue bottle. I can't remember. Is it called the Hydro something? And that's also a gel cream, but worked great on my dry skin. So we shall see. So this is going into my project pan. And then last but not least, again, in some ways to deter me from buying any more masks because I have way too many, I'm putting in the Boscia Illuminating Pink Mask. Unfortunately, this is a peeling mask. I'm trying now not to buy those because I keep now hearing those are actually not so great for your skin. They're like too aggressive with pulling everything out and you're tugging on your skin and that whole thing. But I have a couple that I still never used, so I want to give this one a go and see if I can use it more regularly and see if I can go through it in 2021. I have a bunch of other masks that I hope to also continue using in conjunction with this, so I don't expect this to be very fast progress, but we'll see. Guys, that is my 21 products for the year of 2021. I did not pick a perfume this time around just because I actually only have a few, and with the exception of one that is my absolute favorite perfume ever that unfortunately got discontinued. I don't love any of my current perfumes. Some I've outgrown, some I think I just need to take a break from. So I'm going to be on a little bit of a perfume journey in 2021 once I have a month where I decide that that's kind of what I'm gonna allocate my budget for. It's not gonna be in January because I already know what my January budget is going for. Some of it has been spent and some of it will be spent by the time you're watching this video. And if you want to take a guess down below at what you think I purchased earlier this week, then go right ahead. If I've gotten my hands on this item, I will do a video about it because for me that's going to be ultra exciting because it is a brand new product and I've never done that before. I've never done like a first impression on a brand new product that just came out. So yeah, that'll be fun. Other than that, I just want to thank Corinne from Rinney Rainey so much for asking me to do this. Thank you so much for collabing with me for the second time. I can't wait to continue these updates together with you and for us to help each other succeed in our project pans. I can't wait to hear what all of you guys are doing for this year as far as you shop your stashes and your project pans. Let's all please help each other not buy excessively, hold each other accountable. I feel like that is always so much easier than trying to tackle this beast on our our own. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you guys are all doing really, really well. I hope that you're continuing to stay safe, taking care of yourself and those around you, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.